Previously on The Walking Dead.
I got it, let's go!
Hey, Maggie.
We were gonna lose everything. Negan's the reason we didn't.
You attacked our home, killed my friends, our family. Who are you?
So this is home sweet home?
Yeah. It is.
Come on, boy.
Mom! Cole has a surprise.
Guess who this cat dragged in?
Agatha.
Can't get rid of this head easy, kid.
Shoulders.
I miss you too, man. It's good to see you, Max.
Good to see you too, Duncan. How you guys were dead.
We thought the same about you. We got to Meridian, we figured if you were still alive, you'd be here.
That him?
Hey, break it up.
This is mine,
I
right?
said break it up.
Come on.
Everyone calm down. There's enough food for everyone. 1 week.
That's it? And that last run, just a week?
We can make it work.
How? We just took in 2 new communities. We have no crops, no backstop.
We can get there. We've got people out there right now, scavenging houses for materials.
And they're slowing down. It's a little hard to put up a wall with broken tools and an empty stomach.
Our people are good hunters. Frost and I could take a group out.
The ground's all spent. That last big horde scared all the animals away. We can find new territory.
We don't have time. We need food. Lots of it, now.
I know one more place. The place I lived before this. Where we lived. Meridian. It's got plenty of food, water, crops, and animals.
Yeah, now it's gone.
So what happened out there?
We were on a mission. Leading walkers away. Duncan, Agatha, and Frost took the last shift at the front of a herd, going miles out. I circled back with Elijah and Cole. On the way back home, things kept going sideways and we got stuck out on the road. Looking back now, I don't think that was an accident. All of a sudden, we heard these screams in the distance. We raced back home. But it was too late. Most of our people had been slaughtered. And the rest of us barely got away with our lives. The people that attacked us, we only knew 2 things about them. They come at night, and by the time you see them, you're already dead. That was before we caught one. Daryl was with me. He came after us alone. Why? Because there aren't that many of them. They're at Meridian now. There's plenty of food to feed Alexandria until we get this place back up and running again. That's why they took it. We just need to take it back.
So, you're leaving to fight ghosts. That's the plan?
Do you have a better one?
Shore up Alexandria for starters. I mean, the walls are not stable. Walkers will get inside. That's not if, it's when. Alexandria needs us.
This is for Alexandria. My son is here. I have skin in the game, too.
Yeah, but if they slaughtered everyone once, what the hell makes this situation any different?
Duncan, Agatha, and Frost are Meridian's best fighters, and now I have them. And hopefully some of you, too.
Maggie, this sounds like a suicide mission.
Well, if you don't have food, it's not gonna matter anyway. I'll go. Anybody else? All right.
We got about 6 hours. We should hunker down and wait for this to pass.
You don't get a vote, asshole!
No, he's right. We need to find some shelter.
No, we don't have time!
Can't stay out in this. Yeah, let's go.
All right, this way.
Not to sound like a broken record, but I think we ought to take a breath, hunker down, and wait for this storm to pass.
You don't want to go in there?
No, I don't.
Don't give a shit. Which way?
Yellow line north. Switch to the blue at Reagan National, and we hop the red toward Bethesda.
Come on, up.
Hey, can I talk to you?
What was that? We're buddies or something? Come on, boy.
That? The storm's pushing air through the pipes, making them groan. It's nothing serious, we're good.
that noise actually is? That is God telling us to turn around.
I'm pretty sure he would have ran that past me first.
Well, the good Lord directed your one eyeball to this. Waterline mark. Means this tunnel floods on a regular basis, like when it rains.
It's bad down here. It's worse up there.
But man, all I'm saying is...
Man, it ain't working. You trying to run shit? Keep moving. Come on. Stop.
You're in on it.
Eugene Porter?
Yes. That is my given moniker, yes.
There's no need to be nervous, Mr. Porter. Not if you're honest with us.
Those who know me to be an honorable gent. If you're inferring something from my manner of speaking, well, that's just how I roll. Verbally, that is.
We are auditors for the Commonwealth. You are under level 1 assessment. If you pass inspection, you'll move to level 2.
What if we don't pass inspection?
You will go through reprocessing.
What's reprocessing?
We should start the assessment. What did your parents do for a living?
My father was a mechanical engineer, and...
My mother taught Sunday school.
You mean deadbeat loser #1 or raging prick #2?
What did you do for a living?
I was a zookeeper.
I worked at a music store.
Lawyer. What is your alma mater? What's the relevance? It's just procedure, ma'am.
I attended Oxford for my bachelor's, Harvard for law.
Highest level of schooling?
3 years at the University of North Carolina.
You didn't graduate?
I had to leave due to it.
So, no. What was your zip code?
How can anyone possibly be expected to remember that?
From 1978 to 1984, it was 75001. From 1984 to 1996, it was 76244-0361. From latter half of 1996 through
What were the
2000,
results of your last routine physical?
I don't think I've had one.
Have you ever been vaccinated for measles?
Would you like the dates?
Any history of cancer?
None.
Tell me about the goiter.
It's a benign growth. I've had it since childhood.
Where did you get the cash we found on you?
The $2 bill.
Tell us exactly where you got it.
So when I was 15, my first job was at Missy Moose's Pizzeria, you know.
You can skip to the end.
When I cashed my paycheck at the bank, I asked for a $2 bill so I could keep it, because it was the first money I'd ever earned. When we're done with these questions, can I get my $2 back?
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Yeah, but it wasn't me.
During a student protest.
History of drug use?
Define drug.
I was a proud founding member of the Anti-Drug and Alcohol Coalition at my high school.
How many bowel movements do you have a day?
Excuse me?
What do you use to wipe?
Pass.
Why were you at the train station?
I was on the road with my traveling companions, Ezekiel and Yumiko.
For years. Wandering from place to place, we ran into Princess.
I helped them out. They loved me. I decided to stick with them.
We were holed up at a place that had a working radio.
Stephanie and I made a connection. We wanted to meet, but my friends were worried, so I...
Pretended like there were more of us than there really are.
And that's how we wound up at the rail yard.
I would really like to speak to Stephanie.
Do you consider yourself a fundamentally honest person?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Did your mother work outside the home?
I told you. Grace Baptist Church.
What's the location of your settlement?
You already asked that one.
What was your highest level of educational attainment? Location of your settlement.
What settlement?
Have you run into any groups out there?
We've had some negative encounters.
How lucky are you and why?
What?
Location of your settlement. Do you think this is funny?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Are you in charge?
You've been standing there not saying a damn word like you're the man in charge.
Yeah. I'm in charge.
Do you think that I fear you?
You look scared to me.
What did you do before the fall? Let me guess. Asshole beat cop. That's why this fascist crap comes so easy to you. Look at you. All they had to do was give you a pumpkin-colored spacesuit, and you back to power tripping with your head up your own ass, just like before.
You think I was some power tripping cop?
The shoe fits. But honestly, I don't care. You've been asking us the same damn questions over and over for 7 hours straight. I've been cooperative. My people have been cooperative.
Thirsty?
I'm fine.
You told off their leader?
I was asserting myself. Perhaps I could have handled it better, but I didn't like the way they talked to me.
Ezekiel, do they know?
They don't know. It'll be fine.
They seem obsessed with our medical histories. They might not.
I said don't worry about it.
We gotta pull the report on this.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. This place is... I don't even know what this place is. Does anyone else think the Commonwealth might not be real?
Yes, Yumiko, thank you. I assumed you would think otherwise, but it doesn't matter. Never mind. Time to get out. We got
No. Please hold on to your horses. Look, they're asking admittedly strange and intrusive questions, but in a polite manner, and this gruel is not the worst thing I've ever eaten. Stephanie warned me up front that her people are uber cautious. Michonne, our Michonne, shut people out from Alexandria for years. This is a test. We have to hunker down and level up. Maybe we should just get honest with the heat.
Oh, what's the heat? Oh, you mean the soldier cops? Yeah, that's funny. No.
You really want these guys rolling up the hilltop of Alexandria with their machine gun swords?
Apologies. Our people need help, and I think these people can give it.
Excuse me. Sorry to bother, but you mind me asking how long you've been here?
4 months.
9. It's been 9, remember?
Right, yeah. The reprocessing.
But it feels like things
I'm
are
sorry,
fine.
what do you mean?
Wait, no, stop. Wait, what did I do? Where are you taking me?
Reprocessing.
Okay, gotta go.
Why didn't he make any noise? Throat slashed so deep it almost severed his head.
You guys were going to have to do this?
No. These people were killed during the fall.
All of them?
What?
We are walking through a mass grave that could still be in use. So I am asking you, are you sure all of them were killed during the fall?
Take each one out. Clear the path.
Maggie, hold up.
I'll stop it. Pay attention so we don't miss any more.
Pay attention? That's it? That's your new big plan? Tell me, Maggie, anything in particular we should be paying attention to?
I'm real close to shoving a gag in your mouth.
Well, why don't you get up on your little tippy toes and try?
Cut it out. Both of you.
This kid almost died.
Man, you don't give a shit about that kid.
No, she doesn't give a shit. She has been playing dictator since we left. Not listening to me, not listening to him, hell, not even listening to you. We don't know if this tunnel even has a way out. Whoever or whatever killed these rotbags could still be down here. Has that thought crossed anyone's mind? Exactly. It has. So then this is a death march. And you are the goddamn Pied Piper. Now, y'all want to roll with that shit, that's fine. Knock yourselves out, but not me, not today. I am out.
Me too. What? He's a dick, but he makes sense.
Yeah, we shouldn't have come down here.
We're not splitting up.
It ain't up to you, buddy.
Just let him go. He's supposed to be helping us. All he's doing is slowing us down.
Can't.
Why not?
We need him. He knows the city.
Oh, is that why I'm here? I am your DC tour guide. What, nobody here know how to read a goddamn map? I'll tell you why I'm here, man, tits. She brought me here to die. If we get through this, I'm not coming back. She'll find a way, she'll find a reason, she'll do it herself. Away from the prying eyes of Alexandria, here in the jungle. Man, I really thought you were in on it. I did. But see, I can tell from that glazed look in your eye, you didn't have a clue. None of you did.
You're paranoid.
When I'm right. Look, you all want to put your lives in her hands. Her head isn't even in the game because I'm in her head, living rent-free. So Maggie, me dying on your terms, it ain't happening. So what do you say? Let's just get her done. Right here and right now. Because I am not going to let you drag me through the mud, filth, and slime to put me down like a dog. Like Glenn was.
We're down here because up top is death. We're moving fast because our kids are starving. And I'm calling the shots because that's how everyone voted. As for killing you, it's always on my mind. I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong about me because you aren't. The woman who lived 6 years ago is not the one standing over you now. There's a little bit of her left in me. And that little bit is the only thing keeping you breathing. But I don't know how long that's gonna last. So keep pushing me, Negan. Please.
What do you think, Princess? Princess. Princess.
I'm sorry, what?
Ideas. How to get past the guards.
Oh yeah, not yet.
What are you looking at?
Vivids and Zell are at it again.
What and who?
You know, the two that are always flirting with each other. A big guy, Livitz, skinny one, Zell.
You know their names?
Yeah.
And you can tell them apart.
You can?
Okay, we're wasting time.
Hold on. Princess, how can you tell them apart? And why do you believe that those two are flirting?
I don't know. I overheard stuff when we were on the wagon, and I remember things about people, you know, like Zell is from Cleveland, Livitz hurt his leg, so he favors the left one. Sorensen smokes. He doesn't like Garcia. That's the guy with the bladder problems. I always used to ask him if I needed a pee break when we were driving here. Oh, and Livitz and Zell are having sex, but they don't want anyone to know.
They're not looking at each other.
Yeah, but it's obvious from the way they're not looking at each other that they're jonesing for it. They change shifts every 6 hours. Whenever they're on break, one of them takes off, and then like 3 minutes later, the other one disappears too. Gone for about an hour, más o menos. Probably most of the time is spent taking off their armor. Oh. Uh-huh.
I don't understand these questions. What are you talking about?
Hey, where are you taking those two?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
This is bullshit. We have rights.
Reprocessing.
Move along.
Wall of the Lost.
We have a straight shot to the back gate, but we gotta go now.
Here we go.
Let's go, let's go!
Oh! Mira. Isn't that you?
I have to stay.
Shit.
Need a battery swap. Gage? Gage? Roy?
Has anyone seen them?
They took our supplies. Ammo clips, rations.
No, great, that's just great. It's this asshole's fault. He scared him off.
Listen. Cut them off. We'll clear the rest.
Agate!
Walk.
Here, too. Hold this, I'm sorry.
Go back! Now! Go! Go!
Can we get around it?
It's a choke point. We don't know what's on the other side.
Up top. Go all the way up. Come on, up top. On top of the car. Go. Hurry. Come on, get up. All the way up to the top. Go. Come here, boy. Go. Come here, go.
Let's go, let's go.
Meet me at the next platform.
Down, wait.
I'll be fine. Go.
Down, wait.
Go. Go. Go.
Where's Maggie?
She was right behind me.
And we just keep going.
Ezekiel's gone. Someone took him.
For the last time, you stick to the story.
Go. Come on. Go.
I did what needed to be done.
This first shot on Daryl's wings, it just feels right to kind of start the season on Daryl. There's this big storyline that he's helming for this first block. And I think that angel wing vest with the modifications that Judith made in the last season, there's something that's so emblematic about it. I think it speaks a lot to the person that Daryl wants to be. And there's times when those angel wings have gotten destroyed. There are times when it's been built back up. And so we love that image, and it just felt like the right thing to kind of start the story on. So we have seen lurkers on The Walking Dead before, but we just haven't really done a big lurker action sequence like this. They're the type of zombies that just seem like they're dead, and suddenly they'll wake out of this sort of dormant state. They are a big part of the mythology of the comic book. Most walkers are roamers. They're the ones that they move and move and move constantly in search of food. We thought it'd be really fun to just feature the lurkers, where the danger is how many of those bodies down there are actually dead, how many of them might be alive, and how do you avoid kind of like stirring up that hornet's nest. So it's definitely always been part of the mythology, but not one that we've used very much until now. It was really fun to do this action sequence and see our amazing women do the fight. That idea really came about because if you're going to send people down into a building, you want to send the lightest people. And why not do like a super cool sequence with the women and start off the season that way? It was really, really fun to see them kick ass. I think what's really important to keep in mind when we're talking about our characters and the debate about whether to go to Meridian is that they have just come out of this massive war with the Whisperers. And it just was devastating for their communities. So they're still just licking their wounds and trying to pick themselves back up. There are people that wound up homeless basically and had to be taken in as refugees. So the idea of kind of traveling a distance, going to face these people when they are practically starving. For some of our people, it just feels like it's a bad trade. Why not try to fix those walls and find the food closer to home? For Maggie, of course she wants to help our people, but is there this element of revenge that's driving her too? Does she want to take it back just to get the food, or does she want to take it back because she's angry about what happened and because the people from Meridian are kind of pushing her? So I think really there are multiple sides to the issue, and I personally don't feel like any character is wrong in this scenario. You know, it's just really a matter of what are the different things that need to be done to keep everyone safe. And I think people come down on different sides of it and have reasonable opinions on either side.
Oh, if you don't have food, it's not gonna matter anyway. I'll go. Anybody else?
In the subway, we really love that feel of like the long corridors that you're sneaking around, and it's dark and it's dank and there are things moving and lurking. That was something that we particularly love. Whenever we do an environment on the show, and especially if it's something that's as featured as the subway, we want to tell a little bit of the story of what was there before, you know, or like what has happened since. And I think for us, we were really thinking about stories of people who are homeless living in subways. And there's a real story about class, which runs through what happens in a subway. And it's also a place where people from a variety of classes crash into each other as they're going to work or they're kind of going about their lives. That thematically is very important for us for the entire season. So we thought we'd take this opportunity in the first episode where we wanted to do the subway because we thought that was cool and scary, and we hadn't done something in a subway before on the show. So we're always looking to kind of mix that up. But we thought, like, you know, there is this opportunity to tell this story about high and low and the mix of people that kind of crash into each other at the beginning of the apocalypse.
We are walking through a mass grave that could still be in use.
She has been playing dictator since we left.
Maggie and Negan, there's just no love lost between them. They don't trust each other, and why should they? You know, given the history that has preceded them up to this point. After Glenn was killed in front of Maggie, and he just seemed to find such glee in that, I don't feel that Maggie is at a place where she thinks she's ever going to forgive this person. And I think for Negan's part, he feels like he's been on a journey to try to redeem himself, and it's been a bumpy one, you know? I mean, this is not a person who is by any means perfect. I think there's a lot of times that he is definitely in a gray area, maybe even still in a villainous area, but he's trying, and she has not been privy to a lot of that. And so he feels like her view of him is stuck back when she came and was going to, as a vigilante, take him out. And she just left him to rot in jail. So I think on either side, the lack of trust is absolutely warranted. Like, if you're Negan, of course you think she's gonna try to take you out. She did it once, why wouldn't she do it again? And I think for Maggie's part, I think she recognizes very reluctantly that this is a person who is formidable and can be a resource, but she doesn't trust him. So I think like they're really starting at the season just as far apart as they can possibly be.
Keep pushing me, Negan. Please.
In our first view of how the Commonwealth handles things, our people are basically going through a detention center, which is like prior to coming into the walls of the Commonwealth. For the interrogation, we wanted this sense of a few things. Like, one, that our people are going through this really horrific, sort of repetitive, strange process. We also wanted to show that they were good liars and had clearly come up with some sort of story, maybe on the wagon ride over, but they've decided that they're going to tell a lie, which is probably smart given how hardcore this group is.
Do you consider yourself a fundamentally honest person?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Hell yeah.
We sort of thought early on, like, you know, maybe this would be a time to try a split screen. It's not something that has been part of the visual language of this show up to this point, but it felt like it was right for this moment, and I think like we got some really great moments out of it.
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Yeah, but it wasn't during a student protest. Do you think this is funny?
Yeah.
Our people find themselves in the uncomfortable position of being wannabe immigrants or refugees into whatever this place winds up being. I don't think they have a really good sense yet of what it is, but what they're seeing are just these kind of odd clues that perhaps the Commonwealth is both like and unlike a world that they once knew before the apocalypse. And so, you know, they see this wall of the lost, and we've seen things like that just in the real world when there's a major disaster. People are looking for their loved ones, and that comes straight out of the comic book. And I think Kirkman took inspiration from similar things where there's this real sadness to think about how many people were lost during even this fictional zombie apocalypse. It's just that reminder once again that any community at this point in the story is comprised of people who have lost so much. And so that's going to drive the decisions they make about how to move on.
I have to stay.
The final scene with Negan and Maggie, I think we were really interested in the idea of just pushing the conflict between them as far as possible. Negan, that guy's a survivor, and if he thinks somebody is out to kill him, then, you know, I don't know that he's actively trying to get rid of her, but he's an opportunist as well. So he sees this opportunity to just not help, even if that effectively means he's okay with letting her fall to her death, possibly. For us, it was always about this character moment of these two people that hate each other and don't trust each other. And when you're in an extreme situation, do you step up and help unexpectedly, which is usually like what we see our characters do, or do you let kind of like the worst version of things happen? We just thought that it was interesting to push them to that point.